Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So, where are you from and how long have you been in Korea?
I'm from DC and I'm originally from Kenya, so I grew up in Kenya and the US. But I've been here for about one day. I moved here yesterday.
Why did you decide to move back to Korea?
So I had never lived here before, but I have some friends here. So I went to an international school in Kenya and a lot of my friends were Korean. So I was like, oh my God, let me just move here. I have some time, I have a year. So let me move to Seoul.
Earlier, you made mention that you were from Kenya. So, can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Yeah, so that's where I was born. My dad is Kenyan. So I moved back there for middle school and high school.
And your mother?
My mom's Korean.
Where did you actually grow up in?
I was born in Kenya, but I grew up in Georgia, in Atlanta. Yeah. And then I moved to Kenya for middle school and high school. Yeah.
What's it like, growing up as a mixed person in Kenya and also, in America as well?
It's a little bit hard. That's why although I'm a dual citizen, Kenya and the US, I mostly identify with being an American because it is hard sometimes, like being part of a nationality where you don't look like the people. So even if I am fully Kenyan, I was born there, I don't look as Kenyan, and I love it. It's my country, and I love it. My family's there, but sometimes it is hard to fully identify with the people there. Before people see that you are who you are, they see your skin color or they see how you talk, and so it creates a barrier. But it's still my home, and it's forever my home, and I still love it, and I still rep it. Yeah.
What's the experience like for you, back in America, although America is a very diverse country?
In university, I went to university in a private school. It was in North Carolina, and it was a bit southern, and so I wasn't used to people seeing my color as much as they did, if that makes sense. And so it was a little bit of a transition, especially after living in Kenya for 7 years before moving back. It wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. So I made a couple friends, but eventually I was like, okay, I want to move out to the United States. It wasn't really for me.
What's a life like for you, back in the States?
So I loved living in DC. I was living in DC this last summer. I graduated in May. I really love DC. At least it's very diverse. It's like the capital. And so there's a lot of people from a lot of different backgrounds. So I'll find people who are mixed as well. And I love that. Yeah.
Would you say, there's actually a huge mixed community out there in DC?
I wouldn't say that I even look for people who are mixed, it's just, you just find people. But I think more than being ethnically mixed, people are mixed with different cultures, or they just have a broader understanding of the world. So I don't think you have to look mixed or you have to be actually mixed, but I think people are more globally minded.
You have two different backgrounds. So which of the backgrounds did you mostly, grew up learning? Was it more of the Kenyan side, or was it more of your Korean side?
So my mom, she was adopted by Americans. So she's fully a Kyopo. She's never for her, she's been to Korea once, and she doesn't really identify as much just because she grew up in the United States by American parents. So I would definitely say I've been more around the Kenyan side, of course. But ultimately, I guess since I've always been to American school, that's been my biggest sort of influence in my life.
Do you know how to speak, Kenyan language?
Unfortunately, I do not know any Swahili, and it's embarrassing.
Didn't your father actually speak to you in Swahili?
So since my mom only speaks English, I've always spoken English at home. I feel like that's an excuse. But I think also going to an American school, American international school, I was always educated in English. So of course I know I can get around Nairobi. I know, basics, but nothing close to fluent.
What do you think is unique about Kenya?
I would say, of course I would say the people. I think East Africans, but especially Kenyans, are super, super nice and friendly, and everybody's willing to talk to you. People do engage in small talk. I know people don't like small talk here, so I haven't been talking to anybody. But I would say Kenyans will always talk to you, and then especially the young people, people my age. I would say that some of the kindest people I've met, obviously, are Kenyans for sure.
Being out here in Korea, what are your plans for the future?
So I plan to be here at least for the next couple months, just teaching English and enjoying life. Yeah. Since I just graduated college, a lot of my friends are either still in school or they're just doing just side jobs. I think it's just a time just to enjoy. And I think Seoul is actually a great place for that because it's cheaper, like cost of living is so much less of a burden compared to Washington DC. 100%, it's a lot cheaper. And I would say just like I feel like I love walking at nighttime and I love just taking walks all the time, and I like feel that walking at night is a lot safer here in general, and me living on my own as like a young woman is a lot safer here. Yeah.
Do you see yourself living in Korea for like a very long time?
Currently, I want to go back to DC because I have a consulting job lined up, and although cost of living here is cheaper, salaries in the US are higher. Yeah, and so I would like to make more money eventually, and I feel like it's better for the long game than just teaching English to have like more experience on my resume. So eventually I do need to go back, but I will enjoy as long as I'm here.
Being out here in Korea, do you plan on finding your roots, like connecting with your roots and all of that? Or like
So I feel like I don't really have that many roots here or any like concrete, like I don't have any family here. I would say maybe I would like to create some roots, so I can always come back here. I would like to create some relationships and people that I can always come back to.
what's your love life like?
I would say that it's a little bit of a mixed bag. I would say that luckily, I do reach a lot of beauty standards, which I'm very grateful for. Shout out my mom and dad. And sometimes there's certain types of people that fetishize like mixed people, and that's like a real thing. But then there's also people who are totally against dating outside their culture and only want to date within, and that's okay. It's just a little bit different. But for me, I'm looking for people who are open, people who want to share cultures. I'm always looking for people who want to share with me, and so I can share with them as well.
한국말 좀 아세요?
한국말 못해요.
You replied. You understood. Nothing. None of that.
Nothing.
Not the basics.
But we're gonna get there. I'm definitely gonna try my best. I'm trying my best. Yeah.
한국 음식 입에 맞아요?
네?
Okay, this is bad. Do you like Korean food?
Yes. Yeah.
What's your favorite Korean food?
Ooh. Recently, I've been into doenjang, jjigae, doenjang jjigae. Yeah. Yeah. Don't make me embarrassed. Don't make me feel bad. I'm trying.
Why do you like doenjang jjigae?
Because I feel like you can get a lot of veggies in.
How is that? Did you do that? Is that your hair?
This is my hair. Yes. I would say, yeah, I've grown it myself. Yeah. Recently, I was so scared to come to Korea because I was scared of the hair products here, and no one has hair like mine. But recently, I found this hair product here that I absolutely love. It's by like Mise en Scène. I don't know if I'm allowed to say brands. I don't know. But it's a curling cream, and that's all I've been putting in my hair. That's it. Just washing, deep conditioner, and then curling cream. That's it.
I'm pretty sure like you get that a lot. Like you have a pretty hair. I like the people love your hair.
I mean, yeah.